We'll be continuing with the parallel architectures in this video. Hope you remember the 2D mesh and the binary tree architecture covered in the first session of this series. So the next one in the parallel architecture is a hypertree network. This is an improvised binary tree network where the diameter and the bisection width are even lowered. So consider the tree given here in this example. You can see that there are 16 processors and several switch nodes. So figure A is the front view and figure B is the side view. Here there are two factors. One is the degree of the node and the second factor is the depth of the tree. Here degree is 4 and the depth is 2. Now when you combine the side view and the front view, you can see the entire hypertree network. So we will evaluate this hypertree. Here it can accommodate 4 raised to d processors. In that example, we have 16 processors. 4 raised to 2 is equal to 16. Hence, d is equal to 2. Now, let's see the diameter. The diameter is log n. Log of 16 is 4. So, the diameter of hypertree network given in the example is 4. Now, bisection width. Bisection width of a hypertree is given as n by 2. So, there are n processors, there are 16 processors divided by 2, 8, which is a much lower value than the binary tree. Hope you will remember the construction of a 16 processor binary tree. Number of switching nodes is given as 2 raised to d into 2 raised to d plus 1 minus 1. Here d is 2. Now let's find out the number of switching nodes. 2 raised to d, 4 into 2 raised to 3, 8 minus 1, 4 into 7, 28 switching nodes are there. The number of edges per node is a max of 6. And we cannot guarantee the constant edge length as the network grew. So the next in the line is a butterfly network. This is again an indirect topology. So if there are n processors, there will be n into log n plus 1 switch nodes. There are two rules to construct this network. Before going into the rules, we need to know two things. How many rows are there in this network and how each node is being labeled. The switch nodes are divided into log n plus 1 rows. See here n is 8. There are 8 processors. So log n is log of 8 which is equal to 3. 3 plus 1, 4 rows. As you can see, the switching nodes are divided into 4 rows. Now let's label each node. Each node is referred as I, j, where I represent the row number or rank number and j represent the node number in that row. So 0, 0 represent the first node in the first row. 2, 0 represent the first node in the third row. So if this much is clear, we will look into the rules of butterfly network connection. The first rule says that a node I, j is connected to two nodes where I is greater than 0. One connection is I minus 1, j and the second connection is to I minus 1, m. Now we have to see what m is. M is the integer found by inverting the MSB of j. You please write down these rules in your notebook so that we can traverse it using an example in the next slide. So we will see the implementation of this network connection using an example with 8 processors. As you can see, if n is equal to 8, there will be n into log n plus 1 switch nodes. Log n plus 1 is log 8 plus 1, 3 plus 1, 4. 8 into 4, 32 switching nodes are there. As I explained earlier, if there are 8 processors, there will be 4 rows or ranks. Each row will have 8 switching nodes. They are labeled as I comma j, where I is the rank number and j is the number of node. So let's try to make the connections. The first rule is that for every I and j, if I is greater than 0, it is connected to I minus 1 comma j. So since I should be greater than 0, we need to consider only the nodes in row 1, row 2 and row 3. Now let's take the row where I is equal to 1. Each node in that row has to be connected to its just predecessor node in the 0th row. Similarly, row 2 is connected to nodes in row 1 and row 3 connected to row 2. Hope it is clear. Each node is connected to its predecessor node in the previous row. So one part of the rule is completed. Now, what about the second connection? The rule says that you have to consider J, take its binary representation, flip its MSB, and take the new value as the J of the connecting node. The I of the connecting node will be I minus 1. Let's consider this node 1, 0. Take the binary representation of J. J is 0. The 3-bit representation of 0 is 0, 0, 0. Flip the MSB. The new binary value is 1, 0, 0, which is the decimal 4. Hence, I is equal to 0. We have to take I minus 1. So, 0. So, the new connecting node is 0, 4. 1, 0 is now connected to 0, 4. We will see one more example. Take the node 1, 1. Take the binary representation of 1, which is 0, 0, 1. Flip the MSB, making it 1, 0, 1, which is the binary value of 5. The connecting node will be 0, 5. Now try connecting all the nodes in row 1, 2, and 3. Finally, the butterfly network for an 8 processor will be created like this. Hope you all get the point why this is named as a butterfly. Now let's see how each node route messages to the other node. Each switch node picks the lead bit from the message. If that bit is 0, it sends the message down the left link. If it is 1, it sends the message through the right link. The rule is simple. If the lead bit is 0, the message is passed down through the left link. If it is 1, it is passed through the right link. For example, if processor 010 wants to send a message to processor 101, it attaches the address of the destination, that is 101, to the message. So the switch node 02 sees the first lead bit of the message, which is 1. So it sends the message to the right link, which connects to 16. 16 takes the next lead bit, which is 0, and send the message to the left link, which is 24. Finally, 24 takes the next lead bit, which is again a 1, and send the message to the right link, 35, which is connected to the processor 101. Hope the routing of message is clear to you in a butterfly network. So in this video, we have seen two types of switch networks. One is Hyper-Tree and butterfly network. We'll be continuing with the architectures in the next video. Thank you.